Guitar World did a list of the top 11 practice amps in the world, and I thought that list was really weird. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. Today I'm going to try to help you make sense of Guitar World's top 11 practice amps list. Why? Because I don't want you to go out there and buy something that's rubbish. And Guitar World is a big name in the guitar industry, so their recommendations carry some weight. And while I agree with some of these, I strongly disagree with a couple. So let's get going. I'll do this in reverse order and start at the bottom of their list, which is number 11, which is this. The NUX Mighty Air, not the cardboard box. I have the NUX Mighty Air sitting there behind the cameras, and I've tried it a bit. Now the way they've done this is that they've listed reasons to buy and reasons to avoid. So, NUX Mighty Air, a small but mighty amp and app combination. Reasons to buy. 10 watts of power is plenty for practice, which keep that in mind because we'll get back to this with another of the amps on this list. This boggles my mind. Amp has great battery life, that's definitely a bonus. Learning practice tools are genuinely useful and good fun. Reasons to avoid, some of the higher gain tones are a bit hit and miss. The amp costs 169 euros, and I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't put it on any top list of practice amps unless you want wireless. Then it might be worth the price. So it gets a tentative thumbs up from me. Good start. Number 10, the Marshall DSL-1 CR, a shrunken version of the rock and metal classic. Reasons to buy: classic tube tone, iconic looks. Reasons to avoid: small speaker doesn't do bass justice. Now, there are many different types of tube tones, but I won't get stuck on this amp. I wholeheartedly agree. It's a brilliant practice amp, and if you want a tube valve amp, this is definitely one to check out. All the way up, and volume all the way up, why not? Number 9, the Line 6 Spider 5 Mark II 30, the best practice amp for a multitude of sounds. Reasons to buy: loads and loads of tones. Great value. Reasons to avoid: some of the higher gain models can be fizzy through the smaller speakers. Now, they say loads and loads of tones. What if they're all... Now, I can't say either way. I haven't tried this amp. The reason I haven't tried this amp, two reasons. I've heard so many bad things said about the amp that I haven't wanted to try it, because I don't like bashing gear. I like finding gear that's good, that I can recommend to you people, so that you have an easier time when selecting whatever you want to buy. That's why I make these videos. That's why I buy the gear that I review. The other reason is that I've tried an older version of this, which was truly horrible. In the defense of the Line 6 Spider, I have to say though that I have heard that the newer models are better. The old ones were truly horrible. Maybe I will get around to trying it at some point, I don't know. I haven't tried too many Line 6 things on the channel. It's certainly cheap at 229 euros. Next up, it's a Vox. The Vox VT20X. Oh yes, classic British tones at home. Reasons to buy, good range of sounds, robust build quality. Reasons to avoid, can be awkward to adjust effects. So, good range of sounds, pretty much like the Line 6 Spider. Many sounds, what if they're all rubbish? They don't say it has good sounds. I've tried this amp on the channel, and I have to say, I thought it was really boring. I didn't want to play it. Totally uninspiring. There are other amps in this category that I think are better. The Mustang series by Fender comes to mind, the LT ones at least. Okay, maybe they're a bit different, I don't know. I just don't, yeah. It's just 199 euros, but I don't like it at all. I seem to remember the Cambridge by Vox being fairly good. So yeah, no. Number 7. The Blackstar ID Core 10 version 3. The sound in your head on a budget. Reasons to buy, easy to use. Great range of sounds, very affordable. Reasons to avoid, none at this price. The price is 119 euros, so it is very cheap. Sorry, 115 euros. The sound in your head on a budget. I have to say I'm happy that that isn't the sound in my head. I didn't like the ID Core at all, basically. I seem to remember me liking version 2 more actually than the version 3. You could get the version 2 second hand. You could get this second hand. That would be cheaper. I'm sure there are a bunch around. And again, they say great range of sounds without saying anything about the quality of sounds. Granted, it is subjective, at least to some extent. Effect. Ditch that. Now it's starting to get a bit more interesting. The next 6 amps on the list, they have listed as being best for some things. So this one is best for simplicity, and it is the Orange Crush 20. The best amp for practice if you want orange tones for way less. Reasons to buy: unique tone, simple to use. Reasons to avoid: some reverb would have been nice. Well, if it had reverb, it would be harder to use, probably, because it would have more knobs. And unique tone. Well, it certainly is unique. I've tried the RT version of this, which has a built-in tuner and reverb. It costs 169 euros, and they say you get that orange tone. I think you didn't get that orange tone. I think you got a terrible sound out of the amp. I thought it was horrible. The overdrive section was absolutely terrible. It wasn't as bad as the Fender Frontman, not by a long shot. But yeah, I liked other orange stuff, such as the Micro Dark and the Terror Stamp. This was just not good at all. Next one is best for effects. It's the Boss Katana 50 Mark II. And they say, this is a practice amp that does a little more. Reasons to buy: great selection of tones, the attenuator is super useful, Boss makes solid stuff. Reasons to avoid: some would prefer a tube amp for this money. Okay, so the Katana is 275 euros, and for that money, you won't be getting many tube amps. Harley Benson springs to mind. I like the Katana to some extent. And by virtue of price, it kind of holds its own on this kind of a list. It is flexible. You can even take it gigging. It's loud enough for that. So yeah, I can understand why it's on the list. Next one, number 4. It's definitely something I would have on the list. Well, one version of it. Best for practice tools. The Positive Grid Spark. The smartest amp around. Oh yes. Reasons to buy. Impressive smart features. Bluetooth compatible for streaming music. Spark app unlocks even more tones. Reasons to avoid. Lacks a bit of bass due to small speakers. It costs 349 euros. I think it's on sale for 309 euros at the moment. Personally, I wouldn't recommend the Spark. I would recommend the Spark Mini, which is smaller. Cheaper. Same functions. Brilliant amp. Absolutely brilliant. I would recommend that over the Go. But you can get any one of the Sparks, and I like them all, but I really prefer the Mini. In regards to lacks a bit of bass due to the small speaker, I found that it's a bit muddy actually. All of them are. But they have the EQ in the app now, so that helps. And now we get to the really confusing section of this list. We have 3 amps, and I agree with one of them. But number 3, I just find it baffling. Best for volume. Line 6 Catalyst 100.
A 100 watt practice amp? You bet.
Reasons to buy: uses HX Tech, nice and easy to use, easy recording capabilities. Reasons to avoid: some dirty tones are too compressed. I've tried the Catalyst 50. I thought that was a really boring amp. But what I find, this was where I was having real trouble with this list. First off, reasons to buy: they don't mention power, but they say it's best for volume because it's 100 watts. If you need volume, why not get one of these? That's plenty loud. What are you practicing? I mean, why do you need 100 watts to practice? They said of the NUX Mighty Air that it's 10 watts, and 10 watts is plenty for practice. Who needs 100 watts to practice? Unless you're practicing with your band. But then it's no longer a practice amp. Then it's just an amp. What's the point of this? 100 watt practice amp on a list where the next one is best compact amp. Number 2, the Blackstar Fly 3. It's 3 watts. Why would you need 100 watts? Well, the Blackstar Fly, that's number 2. Reasons to buy: portable size, useful ISF feature, built-in tape delay. Reasons to avoid: too small for some players. I agree with the Blackstar Fly being on this list because I think it's a great amp. I would probably go for the Katana Mini over the Blackstar Fly, but it's fine. It's really good. And it costs just 77 euros. So the Blackstar Fly, definitely agree with it. Then we get to the best practice amp of them all. The one that rules the world. The best practice amp out there. Best all-rounder. Yamaha THR 32 wireless. And they say, a great practice amp from the company that does everything. Reasons to buy: easy to use, wide range of super usable tones, built-in wireless receiver. Reasons to avoid: doesn't look as nice as other amps. Now, a lot of people really like the THR range, and I've tried the THR 5 and the THR 10, and I didn't like either one, but I understand why some people like the THR range. What I don't understand is this amp being on top of this list. Well, I do understand, really, but I'll get back to that. This costs 589 euros. And one of the reasons to get one is the built-in wireless receiver. So it doesn't come with a sender. You still need to buy the sender. And I looked it up. There's a bundle on Thomann where you get both the amp and the sender, but that's 689 euros. Almost 700 euros for a practice amp. Now that's getting to the point where you get real proper amps for that money and not like this. If you can throw over 650 euros on a practice amp, then why not just buy, and you need wireless, then why not just buy something and get a wireless to go with it? This is almost 600 euros. And I'll be happy to be proved wrong when I buy this amp and try it. But I truly believe that this is way overhyped when factoring in money. And yeah, I just don't. But there is a reason why that amp is on the list. Why the amps on the list are so wildly different. And that has to do with Guitar World making money. Because those links are affiliate links. I'm 99% sure of that. And I didn't find anything saying anything about affiliate links in the article. I didn't notice them saying anywhere, I might have missed it, but I didn't notice anything saying anything about affiliate links. And I think that's a bit, like, come on. I don't know if it's legally, you have to say something in articles that these links are affiliate links. I think morally, it would be nice of them to say something along those lines. How do I know they're affiliate links? Well, look at the address that pops up when you put your cursor over the link. I might be wrong, and that might not be an affiliate link. But if I'm wrong, I'll be absolutely amazed. And I'll make a separate video where I say I was wrong. And I've been wrong before on the channel regarding gear. And I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm not afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes happen. But that sure looks like an affiliate link to me. So why the wide range of different amps? Why do you have the Yamaha THR 30 wireless here? Why do you have the Catalyst 100 here and the Blackstar Fly? I think they want to appeal to as many people as possible so that they will get more affiliate commissions. Simple as that. That's what I think. So, I promised you a top 10 list from me, and here it is, with no kind of... I won't be saying anything much about these amps, but here it is, in no particular order. The Boss Katana Mini, that's one I would include. Harley Benton, Tube 5 or 15. Brilliant tube amps for very little money. The Spark Mini, which I already mentioned. The Harley Benton HB20R, surprisingly good for only 79 euros. The Roland Cube 10 GX. The Fender Mustang LT25, which I quite liked. The Roland Micro Cube, which, if you can find it still, because I still think that's a brilliant amp. If you can find one secondhand, great. Even better is if you can find one of the old ones. The GX ones were really good as well, but I didn't like the classic stack sound as much on those. The Marshall DSL-1 CR, which they did have on their list. The Blackstar Fly, which they also had on their list. And the Vox Amplug 2 Brian May, just if you need something to use with the headphones. I thought that was surprisingly good. That's the list, that's my reaction, those are my alternatives, and as a general rule of thumb, because these lists do exist, you Google best practice amps, best whatever, you'll find lists. Music Radar has some as well, and there are a bunch of those. When you're reading lists, or when you're watching videos of people like me saying something, take everything with a pinch of salt. Even what I said in this video, take that with a pinch of salt, because I have my own subjective whatever opinions, which will influence how I think about these things. But one thing to keep in mind when you're looking at lists like this or watching videos like this is, are they trying to sell you something? And this to me looks like they are. Now, they might genuinely think that these are the best amps for the very reasons that they explained. Fair play to them. I'm not accusing them of lying, but I do disagree with them. Like I said, I buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest review. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description that are affiliate links. So if you buy something that way, the channel gets a small commission at no extra cost to you. If you want to check out 8 great cheap amps, there are 2 videos here, part 1 and 2. So it's 16 amps and a few to avoid. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you consider supporting the channel. But above all, I hope you found this useful or entertaining, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care. See you. Bye.